What up, YouTube? It's your boy GGJ Fly Guy here with an update on the Sprint 2 Flux and a product update. Actually, a couple product updates. But before I get started on this, I want to give a couple shout outs. First, shout out to DJ Aziz's over at rockinbodgerc.com. His video helped me get through a big part of this. And then a shout out to Too Quick For You. Watching his paint job on the Offner body that he did, the Ipanema Warrior body, and where he talked about the do's and don'ts with the liquid mask, which leads me to this, what you guys see. This is my HPI Sprint 2 Flux. A couple of things about this. You guys have seen the car. It's the body that I'm actually showcasing. Reason being, first off, my first time painting carbon fiber effect. First time using liquid mask. First time using the Airbrush setup. All of this was done with the Airbrush setup that I just purchased. Again, Too Quick For You. Big thanks for the explanation and video you did on the liquid mask. That helped me a whole lot. And then again, Rockin' Bodge RC for the painting the carbon fiber effect. Here's the outcome. For my first time, I think it came out pretty good. I will say that there was a bunch of do's and don'ts that I learned along the way, which is a help. For me, learning is growing, and as MTC Tookie will tell you, practice makes perfect. So this was the start, my very first carbon fiber effect, and you guys can see it. I think it came out pretty good for my very first time trying to do it. I did the top of it here, and then these inserts on the hood right here, and let's get it turned around so you can see the front of it. I also did carbon fiber, which I kind of made a couple boo-boos in the front, but you know, it happens. My first time doing it, I think it still came out pretty great. Insets in the grill here, and then on the tail end of it, on the back end, and this body was a three-piece body put together, which I don't like, but I mean, again, it's practice. If you can see that, let's get it up in the light. You can see the carbon fiber effect on back here in the back end back here, and that inserted piece. Airbrushed the tail lights. Couple little missteps along the way, but again, I learned a couple things that I did learn. When you're working with liquid mask, you cannot use a cheap paint brush to put that on. You really need to use a decent, soft brush. The one I was using was very stiff, and every time I would try to spread the liquid mask, it would just streak. I finally ended up having to put it down pretty heavy in order to get it stick to sticking and drying, and so I could apply coats. But once I did, it went on pretty good. So that's one thing if you're going to do that, liquid mask. Cool thing about the airbrush setup and using the Parma PSE water-based paints, there was a couple goof ups that I made when I tinted the windows. I did have this front window tinted, but it was streaky. I got a little carried away with the airbrush set, and it was really streaky. Cool part about the water-based paints, the Parma water-based airbrush paints. A small alcohol rag, and it wiped the paint completely away. It cleaned up pretty nice. So, of course, there's a few touch-ups that I need to do, but alcohol took the paint right off, and it's clear as day. Didn't affect it or anything. So the water base and the airbrush is more forgiving than the canned paints. You can make a few mistakes or hiccups and back up and correct them and go over again. I think it all came out pretty nice. For my first one, using the airbrush setup again, and first time using doing the carbon fiber effect on anything. Again, it's pretty nice. Went with this. You guys let me know what you think. If you have any tips, any comments, rate, comment, subscribe, hit me up. Let me know what you think. I've ordered another 10 scale body because I'm going to keep practicing. You guys know this is what I like to do. A big part of this hobby is painting and creating. So, and while it's cold, this is the time to do it. Been too cold for speed runs and too windy to fly the quad. So I can at least stay inside and paint with the airbrush system and not breathe in the fumes and everything. Anyway, rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think for my first airbrush setup. or airbrush job body. It's your boy GGJ Fall Guy. We're signing out.